Hi everyone, this is my part 2 video for the Reconstruction retrospective assignment. In this video, I want to talk to you about point values for sources and also how to cite sources in Noodle Tools. So going back to your assignment, you'll see the research guide. And at the bottom, it says that your sources need to be entered in Noodle Tools with a one-sentence annotation identifying the point value of the source and the justification as to why. So let me jump to the point source rubric. What you're going to have to figure out is what kind of source you use and then also how you found that source. So I will discuss those details with a couple of the sources that I found earlier. How you need to cite them is in a program that the library subscribes to called Noodle Tools. So that is on your Pathfinder. And it's basically a citation maker program. It's like EasyBib, but it has a lot more features. So you're going to sign in with your Google account. You already have an account since you're an Oak Ridge student, so just click sign in with Google. If it's your first time using this, you'll be asked for your school name and the year you graduate, and then you'll just be logged in. So I'm going to log in now. So I've used this program over the years, so I have a lot of different projects. Everyone will be creating a new project for this assignment. The Reconstruction Retrospective in MLA format and then advanced level. So basically think of this as a folder. So the folder's been created. Now you need to add all the sources that you find. So you're going to click New Source. And you get to choose depending on what you want to cite first. So I have at the top my Plessy versus Ferguson primary source from the Gale databases, and then I'm also going to cite that ebook that we found for Reconstruction. So let me start with the ebook. So I'm going to select ebook, and then what is it? There's lots of choices, but I'll just clarify it is an ebook. And this is what Noodle Tools looks like. So there's a lot of different boxes, and by filling them in, you are helping the program create your citation. And it does do a lot of the work for you, even though you do have to put in some effort. It's going to put the name, last name first, comma, first name. It's going to put the title in italics. So it will help you with the finer details. You do need to find as much as you can for the boxes that are covered here. So let's start plugging things in. So this was my book. It was the ebook that I found. So here we have the title, Defining Moments, Reconstruction, and then the author. So here we have, it wants the author's name first, then the title of the book. I'm going to jump to publisher. So that is, I think, the second or third page. It's right here, and it's usually connected with the city for the publishing company. So I'm going to add that. And then next, it probably wants a copyright date. So that will be here, 2016. So I'm just showing you where I'm finding everything. And then city if needed. Usually you don't need to put that anymore. And then you'll know, if there's an edition listed, add it. If not, don't worry about it. Same thing with series name. Now, because I didn't use the whole book, you might remember the part that I really got a lot out of was a primary source. Right here, a Southern girl relates to the hardships of Reconstruction. So it's not necessarily required, but in Noodle Tools, it does have this drop-down menu where you can write down the title of the chapter or section and add, if there's a different author, you can add that and the pages if needed. That might be useful to show your teacher, what primary source you use from this book. It's up to you, but I think it will help clarify. Since this book has both primary and secondary sources, it might be nice to include the specific section you used. So once you add all this in, the last thing you have to do is include that one sentence annotation identifying the point value of the source and why you gave it the points that you did. So let's look at this. We found a primary source. So it was a girl's journal. So I don't know if it's like a diary. So we know it's a primary source. So we've got 3 points. And then where did we find it? Well, it was an ebook listed on the Pathfinder. So you could say the library website if that's here, or it was in our library catalog. And that's right here. So this would be a 5-point source. So I always put my annotations in this box, but I believe there's another place in Noodle Tools as well. So whatever your teacher recommended. So you would save all that, and then it would be listed as your sources for your project. But I am going to skip all the entering for now, and I'm going to enter this Gale source. So this is our Gale database, our U.S. history database. And remember, the nice thing about using this database is that it sends the source directly to Noodle Tools. So you can click Cite, and the Gale database gives you a pre-made citation. So this has the title of the article or the primary source, the title of the book, and then it gives credit to the Gale database. So you can click Export to Noodle Tools, and it just asks you if everything looks okay. And then you would say looks good, and you want to send it to the Reconstruction Retrospective assignment or project that you made. So it says it's sent. Let's go back to our sources and double check. All right, here it is. So this is done. You need to annotate, so you can edit and go back to that annotation box. So nice feature of using the Gale databases is it does a lot of the entering for you. So what would this be? What point value would this be? Again, we found it in the database, and it was excerpts from the Supreme Court case. So it was a primary source. So I'm going to check this primary listing. Proceedings from the court. Okay, we've got 3 points. And where did we find it? We found it in a database. So another 5 out of 5 source. So I hope this helps you not only figure out the point value of sources, but also how to use Noodle Tools. Remember, the first thing you need to figure out is what kind of source you're working with. So many of you will use websites and databases, but maybe you'll use an ebook or print book as well. So I hope this helps. Please email me if you have any questions.